This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
State government is accusing the All Progressives Congress APC of plotting to cause unrest via protests in the state. A counter-accusation was leveled against the People's Democratic Party (PDP) by the APC, who points to the discovery of government palliatives in the homes of some PDP leaders during the End Bad Governance protests that occurred in the state. And joining us this morning to unravel the details is Tony Abolo, a public affairs commentator based in Edo State.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you. To jump right into it, what can you tell us regarding the accusations and counter-accusations that are happening in Edo State?
Well, the truth of the matter is that when you see the visuals and what exactly transpired and what those who seem to have gone to rifle a store in a part of Benin City towards the outskirts called Urora, you find that there were bags of rice, whether they were 10 kg or 25 kg, that's speculative. And then you saw what was poured all over the ground. You saw corn, not even rice, corn seeds that were all over the whole floor. So part of the narrative was that, it was corn and not rice. It was rice, but then the rice was distributed to the churches. You know, they gave to church can, and they also gave money to the Muslims. $1 billion was being spent monthly for this exercise by the state. But much later, I think the state government did admit that some rice was brought in, but it was not necessarily adequate. Truth of the matter is that the government does not have a warehouse. So most of what may have been brought would have been given out to the churches along with the 1 billion expenditure. So it was where the churches kept their stuff that people went to rifle, and now they say it was the government that was bagging and rebagging. And we saw some bags with the name of Edo State government. So you now begin to ask yourself, how could it have been possible? But it's possible that it was the bags that the state government made available, and then they now poured the rice that they bought or those that came from the federal into those bags, and that's what is creating all the confusion.
So, Mr. Apollo, I mean, it's not a pretty sight to see the political parties accusing one another of, or in this case, the government accusing the opposition of trying to plot unrest. And from what we understand from the statement, it's already been a complaint that's been filed with the police. Has the police come out to make any statement on it?
No, not as yet. But the police they're studying the matter, because you see, tempers rise very quickly when it comes to politics like this, and we're just 7 more Saturdays to the elections, and so there is angst in the land. There is suspicion, and this one will accuse this, and this one will accuse this. So nobody wants to take any lesser battle to see that they win this election. So APC is using some of these, I call them underhand tactics. We have left the level of discussing issues, discussing what can be done, what is governance. Those things are now left. All these all this bantering and accusations are just distractions. But the police hasn't made any comment, if I may answer your question, so far in the public space. So we don't know what they have investigated, because some of these things, they do take time. So maybe by this weekend, the police command might make a statement that will clarify whether it is true that there's one of the parties is trying to create unrest in the state.
All right. Well, Mr. Abola, I wonder if you can, as we round this off, speak to the mood of the Edo State people. You did mention that the elections are just a few weeks away from us. What's the mood as far as security is concerned in Edo State at the moment?
Incidentally, I raised that at a media seminar about 2 days ago. By and large, it is not turbulent. It is not turbulent. That is with the populace. But you can't say that of the real political actors. because something happened in July and it's already in the public space. And Nigerian politicians, they always want to act in reprisal. So they want to also use that as a way to shore themselves up, because nobody wants to leave himself loose, or what in popular language they say lose guard. So nobody wants to lose guard when this kind of contest is coming. We don't know how many guns are in the public space, and you don't know whether they might be used for nefarious purposes. But definitely with the populace, there is calmness. Right. There is an expectation that, okay, let the elections come and go so we can put it behind us. But at least I want to definitely say that the politicians use violence as part of their machination towards electoral manipulation, or electoral rigging, or electoral wins. So we will not put it past them that they may have something that they want to do.
Right. Well, Mr. Abolo, thank you very much for your time on this conversation. Tony Abolo is a public affairs commentator based in Edo State, and he joined us to speak to the accusations that have been traded between the All Progressives Congress and the ruling People's Democratic Party in Edo State regarding the state of unrest, or if you want, disquiet in the state. We ask that you stay tuned. Your Beyond the News station turns to entertainment now in just a moment, right here this morning.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.